RP Singh first. On this matter raised by Arvind Kejriwal about one of the linchpins of this evidence that the ED says they have against the Delhi CM. It rests on a character named Sarath Reddy, who's the owner or part owner of Aurobindo Pharma. Now, what's very intriguing, and that's what I wanted to explain, is that the bonds bought by Aurobindo Pharma between April 21 to October 22 are split between the BRS, the BJP and the TDP. Bonds worth 22 crore rupees. However, after Sarath Reddy is arrested by the ED in November 2022, the bonds that he buys are only for the BJP. After, in April 25, 2023, he records a statement with the ED where he says he met with Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Then he turns approver in June 21. After that, whatever bonds he bought are only for the BJP. And the BJP in November 2023 encashes those electoral bonds. This leads many people to wonder what's going on over here. If this is the linchpin of your case against the Delhi CM, why is he buying bonds only for the BJP after turning approver? And before his arrest, like any businessman would, he's hedging by distributing the bonds between the BJP, the BRS and the TDP. What's going on here, Sardar RP Singh?
Well, Rahul, you rightly placed it. Why was he buying bond for TDP, BRS and other parties also? I mean, as he was buying bond to give it to any political party, we were one of the political parties to whom he gave the bond.
That is before his arrest.
He's one of the directors in
before
one of the
his arrest, he's buying for everyone. After his arrest, he only buys for you. After turning approver, all the 25 crore rupees of bond are encashed on the 17th of November 2023 only by the BJP.
Thank you. But does that turn a point that he turned approval because of us or because of ED? No. I mean, if someone has to turn approval, the grant is given by the permission is granted by the High Court or the concerned court, that yes, he can turn approval or not. Court can deny him the right of turning approval. And he was not the only one. You said linchpin, he is not the only one. How about Mr. C. Arvind, who was the Minister Sodhia Secretary? How about Mr. Bucci Babu, who was the K. Kavita CA? How was Magunta Shri Nivas Reddy? How about Raghav Magunta? And how about Dinesh Arora and Samir Arora? I mean, this all has been mentioned on page number 18 with complete detail of the remand note of each and everyone's role and how they came together and gave money to Vijay Nair. And it's not only that, it's just one person who has turned approval. It's not only one person's witness which has turned the thing against him. And again, correlating bonds with this is not at all related. I mean, otherwise, tell me one thing. How come that 100 crore rupees has been on record? And I'll give you one example from the election process. Other than Goa, which is in detail on page number 23 about how various Angris played role in transferring the money, and page number 23 and page number 25 of the remand note, how various Angris, and they are on record saying that he received money in crores, and there's some guy named Charanpreet Singh. But leave that aside. Give me a second. Leave that aside. The gentleman name who was one of the contestant of the Aam Aadmi Party from Gujarat. He was caught red-handed with money.
Okay. And so the fundamental argument you are making, and I want Priyanka Kakkar to respond to it, you are basically making the point that it's not just Sarath Reddy. There are other people as well who've said similar things. So Sarath Reddy is an important part of the evidence against Kejriwal, but he's not the only evidence. There are other people, including Manish Sisodia's own PS, who's now turned approver. He's also talking about the evidence against AAP leaders, and Kejriwal in court is trying to make it seem as if it's all about Sarath Reddy. RP Singh argues that's not correct. Priyanka Kakkar.
Good evening to everyone, Rahul Kavalji. So let me begin sequentially by what Arvind Kejriwal ji said in court yesterday, and also I must ask you to please take note of the fact that the answer RP Singh gave for taking a bribe of 60 crores subsequent to the arrest of South Lobika kingpin Sarath Reddy is because there are other people also who made the statement. That is the answer he gave. So you must note that. Now what happened in this case is there is a statement of, say, one Dinesh Arora. Dinesh Arora's statement has been absolutely sire se kharij kar di gayi by the Supreme Court in its judgment dated 30th October 2023 in para number 10. Then subsequently there is a statement of C. Arvind. What did C. Arvind say? That at a meeting I was present and documents were given to Arvind Kejriwal ji. Is that a ground for arrest? That is a statement. Then Magunta Reddy, since he mentioned what happened in Magunta Reddy's case, he came to Delhi to meet the CM. He sought his time. After 10 days of his seeking the time, the CM called him to his office. Magunta Reddy wanted some land in Delhi for a trust, which Arvind Kejriwal ji said that land is not under me, but I will forward your request to the LG, so you might as well give me your letter. And subsequently, he was hounded by the ED. He gave 6 statements to the ED, did not once mention Arvind Kejriwal ji, despite a lot of duress. Finally, in the 7th statement, he gives a Why was he giving statements? His son, Raghava Reddy, was also behind bars in the same case called a South Lobika kingpin. Finally, after the 7th statement, where he gave a statement against Arvind Kejriwal ji, this person also, Raghava Reddy, his son, is granted bail, becomes an approver, and has now joined South Lobika kingpin, jisko BJP ki ED bula rahi thi, has now joined the TDP, which is an alliance with the BJP, is part of the NDA government, is going to get an MP ticket in the upcoming elections. Then we come to P. Sarath Reddy, who the ED very categorically said is the South Lobika kingpin. And he, in fact, let me also tell you this interesting fact, that, you know, he was incarcerated for about 6 to 8 months. During his incarceration in jail, he went to the High Court, said that there is a lot of pressure on him to take Arvind Kejriwal ji's name, and he doesn't want to do that. There is no such case to be had. Unfortunately, by then there were PMLA provisions on him. The ED did not objected to his bail vehemently, sought his custody for further investigation. So his bail was rejected.
Okay.
Then subsequently, after about 6-8 months, in this 6-8 months, 60 crore go to BJP. He turns a Sarkari Gawah, gives a statement against Arvind Kejriwal ji, secures a bail, and the ED says they have no objection because Sarath Reddy has back
Munish
pain.
Pandey joins us. Munish Pandey is tracking the investigation by the Enforcement Directorate in this case. Is the ED's case largely based on the statements of these approvers who initially are saying they have no evidence against Kejriwal, suddenly after coming under whatever kind of duress or pressure, they say, yes, they met Kejriwal or Kejriwal facilitated the scam, and that is how the ED is building this case? Do they have any real material evidence, any financial trails, or is it largely based on these approvers and what they're saying after having been arrested by the ED, Munish?
Well, Rahul, there are 2 points here. First of all, the Enforcement Directorate claims that the evidence against Arvind Kejriwal is not only based on the evidence, but there are technical evidence and there is a money trail to show involvement of Arvind Kejriwal. For that, they have recorded statement of the Aam Aadmi Party candidates who fought elections on AAP ticket in Goa, and what they have claimed, according to Enforcement Directorate in their statement, is that they were given cash money by the Aam Aadmi Party, and they have also taken Arvind Kejriwal's name. As far as technical evidence is concerned, they are claiming that they have a phone conversation between Arvind Kejriwal and Samir Mahendru, one of the accused in the case, in which Mr. Arvind Kejriwal stated that Vijay Nar is my boy, you can trust him. And the third part is the statements in which people have taken name of Arvind Kejriwal regarding the meetings and regarding the excise policy. Also, Rahul, I spoke to my sources within the Enforcement Directorate about the allegations being made by the Aam Aadmi Party that whether there was any arm twisting or whether there was any play of electoral bonds in turning Mr. Sarath Reddy approver in the case. So first of all, they told me that according to law, any person who is turning approver has to be accused in the case. No person, for example, a witness cannot be turned approver in a case. The person has to be accused and the person has to be arrested for his role. And also they said that whenever we record a statement of any accused in the case, for first few instances they deny their allegations. But when we confront them with certain evidence in the case during the course of investigation, then only we can gather evidence against the concerned person. And here in the case of Sarath Reddy, they are claiming that they confronted Sarath Reddy with those evidence regarding the meetings